per minute. Okay, so it's 1:35. Let's do this. Ano yung natapos natin kahapon? We have yung ating roof. And yung ating roof na yan, uh, so we can set it aside again. The dimensions of your roof is 4 feet yung kanyang width, tapos yung kanyang, in this case, height is 8 feet. Okay, so 4 feet. Pero bakit nakasulat dito 48? This means 48 inches. Okay, so review tayo sa mga terms na ginamit natin before. Kapag double apostrophe, that means inches. Kapag single apostrophe, that means feet. Okay, feet or foot. So 48 divided by 12 is 4, kaya 4 feet yan. 96 divided by 12 is 8, so 8 feet yan. Tapos, paano natin ulit create yung roof na to? With yung sa curves. So, to create yung curves na yun, we use yung arc tool. So, 180 degrees lang siya with a radius of 0.5. So, gumawa tayo ng arcs. So, demo lang natin saglit ulit. Top view. And parallel dapat. Okay. So, ano yung ginamit natin kahapon? We use arc. Or, ano yung shortcut for arc? We can, ano yung ipipress natin? Nasa select mode ako or select command ako. What do I press para makapag change to command ng arc? I can press A. So, the default for A is yung arc. In this case, so magda-draw lang tayo. We need 2 points. And yung kanyang length or the diameter of the arc is 1 inch. So 1 tapos double apostrophe, enter. After that, we designate kung ano yung kanyang bulge or ano yung kanyang radius. So what we're gonna be giving is 0.5, or in this case, since sinasabihan na ako ni SketchUp na half circle daw kapag dito sa point na to ako mag-click, then we can just follow through. Okay? Then, maglalagay ako ulit sa baba naman. Tapos, I need 1 ulit. Tapos, ano ulit yung radius? O, sinabihan na ulit ako dito, half circle. And, so, meron na ako nung single unit. Okay? Pero, ang kailangan natin is a length of 4 feet nito. Ilang inches na agad ito? Kapag isang pataas, isang pababa, this is 2 inches. So, kanina, kailangan natin makagawa ng 48 inches. So, we need 2 inches na to. So, we need 24 of these. Okay, so mag-build ka ng 24. Paano mapapadali ang buhay para hindi na tayo gagawa ng 24 pa isa-isa? What we can do is, the most fundamental command in our keyboard, Control-C and Control-V. So, we have Control-C. After you select yung S natin dyan, then Control-V. Okay, so Control-V lang tayo ng Control-V. Gawa tayo ng maganda. 24 ang gagawin natin, di ba? 24 dapat. So, or 48 yung pinaka-total. So, gawa tayo ng 4. Kapag meron na akong 4 na yan, 2, 4, 6, 8. Pag pinagdugtong-dugtong ko to para magkaroon ako ng 48 inches, I just have to copy that and then make ilan? 8 times 6. I will have to create 6 mamaya. So, let's move them para mag-join sila. Press M. And then click natin yung dulo niya dito. Endpoint, dapat ang sasabihin niya sa inyo. And then dugtong natin dun sa endpoint naman nung nauna. Do it again. Space bar para mag-select. Press M para i-click na naman ulit natin yung endpoint dito. I-connect natin dun. By the way, naririnig nyo ako feet or inches po gagamitin. We will use yung feet and inches interchangeably, Isabella. May questions again ba sa kabila? Okay. So just raise questions. It's better if you will unmute yourselves and then ask instead of sa chat box. Para ma-call yung attention ko. Kasi hindi ko nakikita yung Google Meet natin right now. Okay, so ito, meron na tayong ilang units nito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Since meron akong 8 inches dyan, kailangan ko na lang i-copy ito 6 times or, well, 5 times kasi meron ako yung 6 dito. Control C, Control V. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So, dugtong natin itong mga to. Copy this. I move this. Lagay natin doon. Pointer. Then move this. Make sure na endpoint ang nagpapakita para nandun tayo sa dulo talaga. Again, select, move, and then locate. Select, move, and then point. Yan. So I hope na na-appreciate na ngayon yung shortcut tools, especially kay Enzo na mas gusto raw niya yung gizmo panel na gamitin. Yan. So we now have a 48 inches na group. Tingnan natin. Let's just make sure na yung ginawa ba talaga ni Sir John D ay 48 inches. Check natin gamit yung dimension tool. So, click ko yung endpoint ito. Click ko rin yung endpoint dito. Oh, that's 47.98. Almost exact. So, but kaya, maybe hindi yung mismong endpoint ang na-select ko doon. So, what I can do, this is just 48. Okay. Vlog. So let's just assume na 48 na. Yan. Okay, so kapag mag-click ako dito right now, paisa-isa pa lang din yan. So a good thing, ang gagawin na natin dito ay tanggalin na muna natin tong dimension line dito. What we're gonna do is to offset. Bakit tayo mag-offset? Kailangan natin mag-offset kasi every time na mag-represent tool tayo, we need to have a surface. Right now, we only have a curve or a line. What we need is a surface. In order to do that, we can assist ourselves by using nasaan ang offset. Here we can have the offset. Offset does not have a default shortcut key. So we have to use the gizmo panel. So in this case, ayun niyang ipa-offset right away. So parts lang yung kukunin natin. So ayan, inalaw niya ako ngayon. Click on one of the edges and then drag mo lang siya ng onte. Tapos on your keyboard or your number pad, just press 0.05 inches or 0.05 double apostrophe and then press enter. Yan. So, meron ng na-offset. Ayan, no? May nakopy na siya. Redo that for the remaining portions. Maybe kung mas maliit yung na-select ninyo, baka kailangan ninyo umulit ng mas maraming beses. Sa akin, bale twice ko lang siyang gagawin. So, again, offset ang gagamitin natin. And then press 0.05 and then double apostrophe, enter. Pero sa kabila siya pumasok, so balik pa rin natin. Okay. Yeah. So, dun sa upper side dapat ako maglagay. 0.05 inches. Ayan. So, I have to make sure na nagko-connect kasi sila. Otherwise, hindi ako makaka-create ng surface later on. Okay? I've mentioned na kailangan natin ng surface. Tingnan natin. I have a curve sa taas, I have a curve sa baba, but this portion here is still open. Therefore, I need to close it para magkaroon ako ng surface. Yan, so i-close ko to. And then punta ako dun sa kabilang and close it. You should notice na magkakaroon na ako ng surface. The blue color indicates na meron na tayong surface dito. Ayan, no? And this one, we can now extrude, or in the case of SketchUp, ang pinaka-term niya dito is press and pull. Okay? Para mas makita natin how it gets to be pressed or pulled, punta tayo sa isometric view. Yan. This is my line. Okay? And then, ano ulit ang command for press pull? It's letter P. So, press P on your keyboard. Then, make sure na nakaselect yung surface. Attack nyo lang siya. Ayan. Tumataas na siya ng konti. Okay? So, in this case, we need something is wrong with this portion here. Hindi siya smooth. Anyway, nagmo-model lang naman tayo. So, gagawin na natin, since nagda-drag tayo, ang pwede nating ilagay is either 96 inches or pwede namang 8 feet. So, parehas lang naman yun. Turn nyo lang, then press enter, and meron na tayong roof. Ayan. Build natin yung ating barn. Yung ating barn, ito yung dimensions niya. So, 8 feet by 16 feet. Kailangan natin niyang i-build. Okay? So, para mas madali yung paggawa natin nito, let's just use the rectangle tool instead of yung line tool. Okay? Sorry, hindi ko kasi nakikita yung corner ng screen. Okay. So, what we can do, ayan, kung titingnan ninyo yung box natin dito sa baba, itong nanditong portion, ang nauuna is yung length, tapos yung height. Okay? So, gusto ko na, ano yung length natin dito? We have 16 by 8 kung length ang nauuna. So, we follow with that format. So, ang ilalagay natin dito, 16 feet, 8 feet. Then press enter. Dapat meron na akong box dyan. Okay. So, sumobra yung box ko. I-adjust ko lang para hindi tayo lumalampas dun sa red line. Convenience lang naman to. Kausian, kumbaga. Yan. So, minove ko lang siya para nandito lang sa loob ng green and red line. Okay, meron na ako ditong rectangle. Now, sabi dito, yung yung ating barn daw, meron siyang portion na hollow blocks yung nandito sa labas, tapos yung nandun sa loob niya is soil. So, based on the measurement, 4 feet yung thickness. So, what we can do is we can create a smaller rectangle, or para mas mabilis siyang ma-create, we have to use offset. So, I removed the surface dito kanina by clicking on it and then delete. So, andito siya kanina. I click and then delete so that I can use offset. So, let's go with offset again. By clicking on these lines ng rectangle natin, then I can use offset. I will offset by, ilan yung sabi niya kanina? 4 inches. So, I have to enter 4 double apostrophe, and there you have it. View tayo right now. Check natin siya from the isometric view. Pwede ko na itong i-enlarge siguro. And this time, meron na akong dalawang surface. One doon sa taas, one doon sa loob, one doon sa labas. So, yung hollow block natin kanina, we'll be using press pull. Tapos itataas natin siya ng select lang natin yung select mo doon. Wait a minute. Copy na init. Oh, I see. So for this one, iangat muna natin ng around 1 foot yung nasa gitna by using press pull. So, P again. Then angat natin siya ng let's say 1 foot. So 1 apostrophe. And dito naman sa labas, pwede tayo dito ng surface natin. Okay. Delete ko ulit to. And then use press pull. Oh no. Okay, so hindi niya tayo sinusunod. Gumawa siya ng kanyang sariling surface. So, may gagawin lang tayo. So, we're gonna create another line. Hindi kasi niya sinusunod yung nasa offset natin. Yan. I-box lang natin yung ating surface. So, gagawa tayo ng manual na lines. So, minsan, hindi right away as is dun sa gusto natin mangyari yung actually happens while you are modeling. Pero as long as you are creative enough para i-combine yung mga commands natin, you can make do of what's available. Yan. Okay, so kanina umaangat siya tapos nasasapawan yung nandito sa gitna. Pero this time, since naglagay tayo ng boundaries doon sa may gilid nitong nakataas na box, now we can just extend kung ano lang yung remaining. Okay, so this is 2 feet. 2 feet yung height niya. Kanina ay 1 foot lang yung inangat. Now we have this box. Okay? Pwede na tayo mag-color dito. So, just for the sake na magmukhang meron tayong nabibuild in real life, let's color it na right away. At yung sa labas-labas lang niya. So, let's use some materials here. Go to your materials. Then, instead of dun sa may home, punta tayo dito sa may magnifying glass para i-search yung mga available. Go to, nasan yung sa may concrete? Let's try yung sa may stone. So for the stone, para magmukha siyang konkreto, let's use this one. Sige, ito na lang sa akin ang gagamitin ko. I'll be using the black one. It's up to you what you will be using. Ayan. Para ma-identify na semento yung nandun. Don't apply paint muna doon sa top portions kasi we'll be using those. Nasaan pa ang hindi ko pa nalalagyan? And then, since soil supposedly yung nandito sa may gitna, hanap tayo. Hanap tayo ng mukhang soil. Mukhang soil ba to? Hindi siya gaano mukhang soil. Ayan. Mas mukhang may bato-bato na siya. Okay? So, this is one way for us to keep ourselves motivated in finishing yung model natin by actually looking or making the model as real as possible. Okay? Now, ano pa ba yung mga kailangan natin? Let's go back. Tanggalin na muna natin tong materials and go back to the view kanina. So what do we need? Doon sa ating model before, kay Sir Dexter, we had yung mga wood na magbibuild sa kanya, di ba? Ilang questions?
Sir, saan niyo po ulit po nahanap yung textures po?
Yung textures, go to the right panel. Sorry. Go to the right panel, tapos it's 2, 4, 6. 6 from the top. Itong may parang arrows doon sa isang surface. It's called materials. Click nyo lang siya. And then click yung may magnifying glass so that you can browse the available ones. Okay na?
Thank you po, sir. Kasi ginagawa ko rin po.
Alright. Okay, so no worries. Okay, so i-close ko ulit yung materials ko. And then I'll go back to top view para makita kong yung pinaka-top view niya. And then, naalala nyo, we had yung wood doon sa barn ni Sir Dexter. And it could also be seen doon sa ating finished SketchUp model. Nakaputol kasi meron tayong cutting plane view. Tanggalin natin siya. Tanggalin natin siya. Okay. And then, para makita natin kung ilang wood yung kakailanganin natin na ilagay. So, cut muna natin yung ating barn. Yan. So, tingnan natin sa loob, ilan ba yung kailangan. We'll be needing, ilan sa sides, we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5. Tapos yun na nga lang para mas madaling tingnan. Okay? So yung mga yun, ito yung sila yung mga squares dito. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 sa sides, magkatapat yan. Tapos doon sa front and back naman, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos dito sa back naman, may isa lang dun sa gitna. Plus yung dalawa sa corners. These wood are actually 2 inches by 2 inches. So, i-check natin to make sure na hindi kayo binibiro ni Sir Jandy. So, this should be, ayan, 2 inches. That's a square wood na 2 inches by 2 inches. Okay, so kita naman, 2 inches, oh. So let's do that in our main output. Kung titingnan ninyo, yung 5 dito, meron tayong naka-place dito, 1, naka-place doon, then dun sa gitna, and then dun sa gitna rin nila. Okay? So here's what we're gonna do. Mag-create tayo ng 2 by 2 na squares. So, that's a square is essentially a rectangle as well. Tama? So, maglalagay tayo 2 inches. 2 inches. 2, 2, 2. Then, meron na ni 2 inches, 2 inches. Excuse me. Dito na gaya. Okay, so yun na yung ating box doon or square. But it's hard to locate this actually. So, meron ulit akong trick na ituturo sa inyo para malaman natin yung center of this square. Hindi kasi siya magpapakita right away. Oh. Pwede pa ang midpoint. Pwede pa ang midpoint. Yan. So, natutulungan tayo ni SketchUp na i-determine kung saan ang midpoint. Pero kung in case na hindi naman siya pwede sa inyo, what you can do para malaman kung nasaan ang center of your square is by using the corners. So, gagawa ka ng diagonals niya and then malalaman mo na kung nasaan yung center. Okay? Kasi yun yung magiging basis natin later. So, since meron lang tayong midpoint, we'll just be using the midpoints as our guide to find the center. Right. Why do we need the center? Kasi later on, it will be hard for us to determine kung saan natin ilalatag dito. Alright. So let's copy this one. Select, then Control-C, Control-V. For the corners, medyo madali pa tong. Let's create 4 muna. In this case, let's have this first one. If I were to move this doon sa top nitong surface na to, let's move that and use yung upper left corner and then designate it na dito siya pupunta. So, madali lang yan. So, meron na tayong nakahanda doon. Next. For this one, lagay naman natin siya sa bottom left. So, So press M, click on the bottom left corner of your square. And then click on the bottom left corner naman ng ating model. Yan, meron na siya doon. Do the same for the other two. Upper right corner naman tayo this time. Upper right corner din doon. Lower right corner. So the next one is a challenge. So in this case, it's quite hard to determine kung saan na yung next na magiging locations. So we need the midpoints. In this case, tinutulungan pa tayo ng SketchUp to determine the midpoint. So here's the midpoint until the other midpoint. So magko-connect yan. Gawin din natin dito sa kabila para madaling ma-determine kung saan ilalagay. And since 5 yung ilalagay natin, meron pa dito later on. So this is the midpoint. Hanapin ulit natin yung midpoint naman dito. Ayun. Ipakita yung blue. And then magmi-midpoint ulit. Okay. So ready na akong maglagay ng boxes ko. So copy-paste this one. How many pa yung kailangan natin? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Tapos dalawa pa dito later on. Okay. Let's complete this. Hanapin ko na rin yung midpoint dito. Madaling maglagay mamaya. Ayan. So I need 1, 2, plus 3, 6, that's 8, and 9. I need 9 boxes. If you have a strategy para gawin to in a faster manner than what I am doing ngayon, you are open to do so. Hindi naman strict compliance yung step-by-step process for this one. As long as you are able to create the final output, walang problem. For now, I'm just giving you one among the many ways for you to complete this project. Okay, so let's move them. Itong tatlo para doon sa top. So I'll be using the top midpoint and then connect them here. Again, top midpoint. For the last one, top midpoint. Next, lipat lang natin tong tatlo. Lagay ko doon sa baba para mas madaling makita. Right? So, ito lang, bottom midpoint. Lagay ko doon. Bottom midpoint. Bottom midpoint, select. Lagay natin dito. Next, bottom midpoint ulit, move. So, tapos na yung top and bottom, or the two long sides. Maglalagay na tayo doon sa front and back. For this one, I need yung right side para pumunta siya dito. Itong last two, yung left sides niya. And for our last one, Okay. So there are a lot of things that I don't need anymore. So I can just remove this para makita ko ulit yung nandun sa ilalim niya. Okay. Every time kasi na meron tayong close surface, ginagawa ni SketchUp ng another layer. Kaya meron ka yung makita mo. For these lines, we won't be needing them also. So I can just remove them. Or as mentioned by Rodrigo before, instead of deleting them, we can just use hide. For the remaining, ang gagawin ko ay i-hide ko na lang siya instead of remove. Oh no. Okay, mahirap pag nag-select ng lines versus surface. Okay, successful. So, I hate it. Na nga, i-delete ko na nga lang. Okay, yan. Since I am now done with putting yung pinaka-starting portions, I could actually use press pull already para hatakin ko mga to. However, I will have a problem with that later on kasi magkakaroon ako ng lines. If you are not that Aussie naman with when it comes to those, pwede na natin itong i-press pull. Let's see yung difference. For this one, what I'm gonna do is to remove these lines muna before I use press pull. And then we'll compare that to the output nitong hindi natin tinanggalan ng lines before we use press pull. So here's the press pull command. So yung first natin na paghatak sa kanya will be, kailangan natin siyang erase by 8 feet. So erase natin siya ng 8 feet. So 8 tapos apostrophe. Ayan. So meron na tayo supposedly ng wood. Pero as you can see, since nakadikit yung figure natin dito, dun sa baba, it followed kung ano man yung material or yung palette that was used doon sa surface na naka-connect sa kanya. In this case, concrete. Para ma-avoid natin yan, we can just put lines to separate them. Okay, and then go to your materials. Pwede mo na siyang pag-ibahin. Since this is supposed to be wood, nasan na ang aking wood choice? So let's use this. Okay. So supposedly, hindi na siya nagdudugtong. Tingnan natin yung difference that happened doon sa hindi natin i-remove yung internal lines niya. So in this case, I have to click on all the surfaces na nandun, and then press P. Hahatakin ko lahat yan. 1. Oh, so isa-isa ko silang i-drop. Okay, so yun yung problem. So isa-isain ko yan, say 8. Okay. another 8. And yung last one, iglog ko and then 8. Okay? So the beauty of this is, kahit na merong mang line doon, makakaveran pa rin naman siya ng material that you will be putting as long as parehas sila. So, ano pa yung mga kailangan nating details from our barn? Okay. So, meron pa siyang tinatawag nating horizontal struts. Okay? So, kailangan natin gumawa ng connections dito sa gitna nila. Okay? So, maglalagay tayo ng ganyan. And in order for us to do that, we need to identify yung midpoint ulit ng ating wood. Okay, so let's use yung iniwan natin kanina. Hanapin natin yung kanyang midpoint. Ayan, so meron siyang midpoint. Very handy ng SketchUp with giving midpoints. Okay, so let's draw a rectangle here. Na ang kanyang size would be 1 by 2. Ganyan. Sorry, di ko nakikita yung sa dimensions. Paliitin ko saglit. So, 2 by, so maglalagay ako dito ng 2 at saka 1. Ito rin dito sa kabila. 2 and then 1. Ang maganda yung pagkakagawa. I'll just use yung line tool na lang. So, measure. Line tool. Measure ng 1. 1 pataas, 1 pababa. Okay, so ito daw siya. Oh, so tama yung kanina. Okay. So, yan siya. Saan ko ito din? Para madaling mag-hatak ulit, tanggalin natin yung construction lines natin. And then, just drag crescent tool. Click on this one and then make sure na tatama siya doon sa surface ng susunod nating surface. So in this case, ayan. So dapat may magpapakita dito na on face or on edge. Ayan. So kung nakikita niyo, I have a red dot at the bottom. Ayun, on edge, sabi niya. So I will choose that one. Okay. Let me just color this one as wood para right away kapag mag-a-adjust ako, wood na yung papakita niya. Okay. So connect lang natin to para maka-create ulit tayo ng box doon. Sorry, nag-hahang yung aking browser. One shortcut that I could do, especially kung alam ko naman na yung length ng aking bars, pwede kong gawin to. Gawa ako ng lines dito. And just create lines until umabot doon sa mga katapat niya. So, umabot na siya dyan. Okay. So, this is a this is a sort of shortcut. So we'll do some magic again. Press pull on this surface. And then, yeah. On edge, parang lumabas siya. Just make sure na magpapakita yung on edge. Okay? So, yeah. Para magawa ulit yun sa longer lines. Let's do it this way. So, nasaan yung edge nito? This is the edge. We'll connect it doon sa kabila. The good thing about this red line, red, blue, green line, it makes sure na straight yung nagagawa kong pin niya. Okay? So, connecting yung line dito from this point, going dito, as long as red yung mark niya, it could continue. Then, dito rin. Sa baba. Dapat mag-red. Okay. So, meron na akong surface doon. I can connect that. Next, dito naman. Connect it hanggang dito. Make sure na maabot siyang ipapakita na red siya. Okay. Windows naman. Okay, so pinabera na niya. Okay lang yan. No worries. You could just delete it later on. Kailangan naman natin yan kanina. Disconnect. Okay. So, nakulong na natin siya. We just remove yung mga excess. So, it's time to do the press pull magic. Make sure na magpapakita ang on edge. Okay, so kanina naman. Also, 2:43, 12 minutes. So, meron ba ako dito? Okay. Kompleto na ba? Yan. Ang kulang na lang ay dito sa may side. Back pala. Okay. So, done na yung nasa gitna natin. Next ay yung pagpapatungan natin ng roof. So, meron pa tayong pagpapatungan ng roof dapat dito. So, paano ba yung pagpapatungan dito? Tanggalin ulit natin yung pane. Let's say tinanggal natin yung roof natin dito sa taas. Okay, so butasan natin yung tanggal natin. Okay. So, una, maglalagay muna tayo ng connection dito sa baba. And then, yung pagpapag. Okay. So, in this case, yung gagawin natin para dun sa likod, this is the back that is showing. What we'll do for this one ay gagawa ulit tayo ng square dito. So, let's measure. Ayan. Nag-lag na naman. Let's measure 1. Connect lang natin yan. Then press pull. So, yun lang. Ilagyan lang natin ng horizontal stud pa dito sa taas para magkaroon tayo ng extension or yung pagpapatungan ng roof natin. And then we'll have to extend yung wood natin dito ng around 2. Extend natin ito ng 2. Extend ng 2 inches. Okay, bakit natin yung extend? Kasi kailangan na mayroong pagpapatungan dito sa may sides. And yung pagkaka-extend na yan, yun yung i-extend natin na lang hanggang doon sa may dulo. Okay? So, ito, lalagyan natin to ng line. Same doon sa kabila para ma-extend natin. So, press pull tayo. So, press pull this until doon sa dulo ng LB. Same doon sa kabila. Okay. Close lang natin yung para naman dito sa lower portion. Extend ko lang kaya nung sa kanina. Okay. Yeah. So, meron na tayong pagpapatungan nung kasi may kulang pa to. Ang oras na ba? 11:52? Okay. So, may kulang pa to na portion. I'll be showing it additionally dun sa ma-upload na lang na video. However, what I would like to show in the last 2 minutes before we um, dismiss is moving this block. Naka-group na to, di ba? And then itatapal na natin siya doon sa ating block. So instead of using nails, kapag sa real life sana, we just use move and then we pick the corners of your group. Ayan. So naka-rectangular siya. So madali lang siyang i-click and then siya na yung ilalagay natin sa mga corners natin dito. Let's say, for instance, dito. Okay, so na-i-move na siya dyan. And then, kuha pa ako ng isa pa mamaya. Ilalagay ko din doon. Kunin pa ulit natin yung isa pa. Just press M. Pick yung corner again of the group. And then click on the edge nung or corner ng other group. So, tingnan natin. So, let me press M again. Para mag-join din lang sila. Okay, so since nag-join na sila dyan, hindi siya ganun ka ganda yung pagkaka-connect niya, pero you can still adjust naman. Pero the main figure is like that na. I-rotate lang natin once na buhay ng aking browser. Yan. So, tingid siya. So, I'll need to move it a bit para mas maayos siya. Okay, so, check. SM. I'll use this corner. Tapos, connect ko siya dito. I think that would make it better. Ayun. So, mukha na siyang magkadugtong. Okay? So, this is what you're gonna be doing. For the last command that you need to learn, I'll just include it in the uploaded video na lang. Right? So, it's 2:56. I'm sorry, I had to extend. I hope you learn something para doon sa gagawin ninyong exercise until next week. Thank you very much for intently listening. I hope you learned a lot from this demonstration. And I hope I inspired some of you in using SketchUp to model yung mga gusto nilang doing activities. Okay, goodbye, class.